right. I started over. Shut up. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherese Christine, and if you're new here, welcome. I think it's important when we talk about matters of the heart. We can't talk about healing from things of the heart without talking about relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's relationship with the spouse, parents, whatever. So we wanted to make sure that we cover some of these topics and then bring real experiences. Like, be up in front and honest about some of the challenges we face. We are all single. So we're different ages, we're all single, we're all Christian. But we're all real and honest. So to the left of me, I have
Paulisha. Hi, nice to see you guys.
That's my little sister. And to the right, I got...
Hi, my name is Lasagna. Nice to see you guys.
They are so... Nice to see you guys. I don't talk like that on my channel. This is Lasagna. This is my sister friend. This is my home girl. They shy in front of the camera. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so first we want to start about why are you single? I know that's a dumb question, but I feel like a lot of people ask that, like, why are you single? Are you single with, like, because you want to be or by default? So I'm gonna start over here.
Oh wow.
Come on.
So I'm single because I'm trying to be more intentional when I date. I'm not just trying to be out here dating just to date. Or sometimes girls is different. Like, we'll talk to you or entertain you, and we know we don't want to be with you just because we bored, and that's a sad thing. And it's called it's kind of leading you on, but it's sad because it's just because you're bored, or just because the person is entertaining. So nobody wants to do that anymore. You know, who wants to date without a purpose? Like, where are we leading to? We're leading to nowhere. I'm over that. So I'm just trying to be more intentional with who I date. And that's why I'm still single.
Okay, so we're going to go to Lasagna. Why are you single? What's so funny? Come on,
I'm single because, like Felicia said, you know, I want to date with an end goal in mind. I want to be intentional about my time. I want to be intentional about who I let in my space. So, for that reason, I have to be single until it's time.
Well, I guess this is my answer. Similar. I'm single. I think it's funny, so I make a joke. I be like, when people ask me that question, I say I'm single because I'm not in a relationship. Because, like, why would you ask me that? Like, why would you ask me that? Because I'm not in a relationship. Like, what? Make it make sense. No, but I mean, I feel like the same thing. Like, I'm just not gonna entertain anybody. So I feel like I've been there, done that. Like, single, ready to mingle. Single. Just doing whatever I want. I'm gonna hang out with you on Tuesday, hang out with you on Wednesday, you on Thursday. So I'm kind of like, I feel like every other part of my life is intentional. So I have to be intentional when it comes to not just dating, but spending my time with anybody, even if it's friend and stuff. If it's not something that's gonna help us both, then I can't waste my time on it. So that's why we're single. So we're gonna move right on. What are some of the, let's share the good, bad, and the ugly part of singleness. So you can share your good. What has been a benefit of being single? Something that you found beneficial from being single. We're gonna start with Lasagna.
Freedom.
Okay.
I have the freedom to go and come as I please, and I don't have anyone pulling on me. Or I have to now make room for that person to make room for, you know, their personality. I now have to make room for their way of thinking. I now have to make room for their, you know, individuality. And that's like the good part for me is I'm free. I don't have to really make room for anyone but myself and God. So
that's good.
So for me, the good is that you just focus. It's a time to focus on yourself. So, and to better yourself. So whatever that may be, working on yourself financially, working on yourself, just achieving your goals and your visions and your dreams. I don't even know, so finding a new hobby and something that you're interested in. It's just a time of you working on yourself and also spiritually. So a time of you working on yourself and just being one with yourself and growing. So I think that's good about being single, because when you're in a relationship, a lot of the times, you know, it's not just about you. It's
Yeah.
about, well, if you're in a good relationship, it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's about
that part.
Right?
If you're in a good relationship.
So you know, you have to focus on the other person too, their wants, needs, and all of that stuff. So if I'm not complete and I'm not whole and all that stuff, and I'm focused on you, then it's just a lot of pouring out and nobody's pouring in.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't have that. So at the end of the day, that's a good part of being single. You just get to focus on yourself and, you know, do work on yourself.
The good of being single, of my singleness period, has really been making God bae for me. Like, and when I say bae, I'm talking about before anything or anyone else, which has helped all the other relationships to come. So I feel like when you are on your healing journey, you're coming from being broken, you're coming from dealing with different traumas or maybe different relationships or things that didn't work out, and you need to heal before you like enter another relationship. And I feel like an important part of that, us as believers, is to really put your focus on God. And really, but when you think about like relationship goals, you have like this unrealistic expectation and you put this pressure on somebody to fulfill a void that only God could fill. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a lot of us as singles, we idolize, you know, marriage and all of these things because of the void that we feel. Yes, you're going to feel a period of loneliness and all of those things, but I feel like it's so much more. So for me, I feel like I had an opportunity to really see who God was and allow him to check the boxes that I was trying to check off with those relationships. The boxes of him being like this amazing person. Is like, he's a great communicator. He's honest. He's trustworthy. Like, God is all that and more. So it's like, when I started seeing that, it had less weight on who I was going to be with because I was satisfied with him and I allowed him to heal me so that when I do meet my husband, so don't get it twisted. I'm not one of those that be like, as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody. No, he going to send me my husband. But in the meantime, in between time, I am going to like make him my priority because that should be the model that I'm doing when I'm getting into relationship with my husband. We should both be making God a priority and making him bae, right? Because he's not, you know, bind to gender. We're making him bae. He's a spirit. And if we're both seeking him, then our marriage is going to be bomb. So I feel like that's the good part of it.
The bad part about being single, I will definitely, and it ties in with the ugly, I guess, is those moments when you want to be single, but still you want to bae.
Yeah, you want bae. But you see who bae is for me. God is bae. Shout out to my sis. Zebra, you know, get you a shirt. I'm going to link her in the bio. Get you a shirt because God is bae.
In the bio or description box?
In the description.
I don't want to say bad, but the whack part is that, you know, you get, like she said, like, you get kind of lonely sometimes. I don't get lonely, but then you just be wanting to boo sometimes. Because you're really not lonely. Because I'm like, I could go to my friend's house if I wanted to. Or my friend said they want to go chill, but I don't want to go chill with you. Like, I want to just say, yeah, ice cream, watch Netflix with imaginary boo that I don't got.
Imagination.
With Mr. Imaginary Boo Bae.
I don't got it. So, you know, sometimes you always have those moments where you want a significant other. It's like you're not necessarily lonely because you have friends, you have all these people, but it's just like, nah, but it's, you know, relationship is something different.
I don't see it as bad, but I guess what they say, for me, when I have my moments of loneliness, it's not really loneliness, is, to be real, okay, before I cut my hair, when I need my weave taken out, anybody knows when you're in a long-term relationship, if you have bae, he gonna cut your weave out, right? Because your friends is not around. That's when I miss, having a significant other, or he's just your automatic plus one. So those were some of, the reasons. So you have moments. I have moments. I don't have, I'm loathing. No, I love seeing people in love.
Yeah.
I have friends that are single, but most of my friends, honestly, are engaged or married. Mm-hmm. But I love it. I love seeing them grow. I love when they, having children.
Mm-hmm. We single and happy. We not single and bitter.
Yeah, because we're... And also,
out here.
Yeah, so let's go into that, too. So, do you feel like a lot of single people are truly happy?
Some of them aren't. It depends. It's like half and half.
What has your been experience with your friend group, with your single friends, or what you see in society? What has your been experience? I feel like most single people aren't happy. They're not. I feel like we want to be happy, but I feel like we focus a lot on, and when I say we, I'm just saying as a single person, blow in your face. No, I just, why are you burping?
Why you act like you was smoking out the window?
No, because you know when you burp and it come out, I didn't know what it was going to
Mom,
smell like because I had Chipotle.
I don't know. It depends how single you are. Because if you single and you're talking to people, you are single. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like a lot of people who are single are always entertaining.
Oh,
and I feel like and I feel like not a lot of people aren't single and just being with themselves.
Yeah,
I feel like as people are not scared to be by themselves, but they don't know how to be by themselves. So a lot of times they can't be by themselves. Even if I don't sleep with nobody, you still texting them, you still entertaining people, you still doing certain things with them, and it's like it's not a bad thing, but it's just like, can you be by yourself? Like, is that a thing, or did you ever have a moment where you're truly by yourself? Yeah. Like you need to. I feel like that was that question sometimes. Like, have you ever had a moment where you're truly by yourself? Like, you didn't talk to nobody, you didn't entertain anybody, you didn't do a one-night booty call, you don't flirt, you're not super flirtatious with people. Like, have you ever had that moment where you wasn't doing all those things and you were truly happy?
That's true. That's a good point that you pointed out, because a lot of people that say they're single, like status-wise, haven't really been single because they've been occupying their space and their time with someone else. So you're not really, and when I think about single, I think about an individual, and I think about a whole individual, like you being whole. And I feel like for me with singleness, that's what it was about. It was about becoming whole. I didn't want somebody to make me, the complete me, the little things that we quote. I want somebody that will complete me, or just be the anybody that comes along, you would just be the icing or the sprinkles, because I already got the icing, probably the cake. You could be the sprinkles and the candles, something added on, just like I should be for you. I don't want to be your whole world. Don't put that weight on me. Don't make me your whole world. You better make Jesus your whole world, because I might fail you, right? Because I'm human. But God, he won't fail you. So what did you learn from being single?
That goes into I would definitely say learning myself, learning what I actually like. I mean, the small details, they add up for me. Learning how to become whole before I can entertain anyone in my space. And it got to a point where that even extended out to families and relatives.
That part.
I am very protective of my space now. I'm protective of myself and who comes into my space. And when I say it extends to family and relatives and friends, it really does. I didn't want to do it, but I was a person that was giving of myself to everyone, and I was depleting myself. And so, there was a void that I was trying to fill by giving of myself to everyone. And so I had to learn. God had to teach me, okay, so that's not how this works. Once you're good with me and I teach you how to work on a relationship with me, it'll automatically trickle down to the people that are around you. I've learned to set up boundaries. Boundaries that I definitely, went straight forward and sit people down and let them know the boundaries to their faces. And it like I said, it extended out to families, relatives, and friends, because if you don't set up boundaries, you'll end up getting taken advantage of. And that's one of the beauty of singleness. It teaches you, it's a trial and error before you go into covenant with your partner. Everyone likes the wedding. I'm more of a covenant person. I prefer the covenant, which is the marriage. The marriage is before the wedding, the ceremony. That's just for the world to see. I prefer the covenant where, it's me and my partner, me and my husband before God. So, singleness taught me a lot, and I don't let people in my space like that, y'all. So, I mean, I would, like Sherese said, take the time to learn you. Just learn you and
your true identity.
Your true identity in Christ.
Your singleness is an opportunity for you to maximize understanding yourself, who you are, and also why do you want to date? So I found myself in my singleness trying to question, why did I want to get married, or why did I want to have kids? And at first, I really just wanted to have kids because I just wanted to have kids. I love kids. I want to have a husband. I never really used to want to get married, to be honest. I wanted to have the wedding. I know that sounds weird. Because I just didn't trust people. That's a long story. We talked about trust issues in the last video. Go watch that. But I really just wanted to, the idea of it all. And then during my singleness, I started to check like my motives. God really started to check my motives. And then I started to look at it as a different thing. Like when I get married or when I have kids, I want to be able to break generational curses with those things. Like I want to have a marriage that's really a godly marriage and God will be pleased with, and that we're both driven and going after our purpose. And with my kids, I don't want them to live in the cycles of what I came from. But the only way I could do that is if I'm breaking the cycle with my life and making sure that I'm healed and I'm whole and I'm learning. So I feel like that, it's just checking my motives on what I'm doing. So I didn't even have any time like to really focus on dating after a certain period. I was really trying to just discover who I was, to know who I even wanted to attract or entertain. Like people don't take that time, but
they don't.
You should take that time. No, I'm encouraging you. Like people don't take that time, and if you didn't take that time, this is not to judge you. I would say really take that time.
Like also, I don't want it to make it seem like it's a time where, like, you didn't do nothing wrong yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like in that time of singleness and being by yourself and overanalyzing, God will start to show you how you kind of messed up in the relationship too.
Yeah, definitely.
So even if y'all didn't end on bad terms or whatever, because I never really ended on bad terms with people, but He'll still show you like certain things where you could have did better at. And once you listen to that and you receive that, you're like, all right, now when I do join our next relationship, I know what not to do. I know what to do better and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we're gonna stop right here. This is part 1, and this part was all about singleness, how to maximize your singleness, the things that we learn, the good, the bad, and the ugly of being single, and some of the things that you should kind of look for and look out and concentrate on while you are single. So join us on the next episode. We're talking about dating. We're gonna talk all about dating, being Christian while dating, all that stuff. So again, thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Lasagna, for coming on. Get wild. They're not this comfortable. I don't know why they acting like.
Hi.
But we'll see you on the next episode. Have a blessed week.